It just looks like a vinyl covering, kind of. Oh, damn, there's more stuff here. Oh. There's a whole tent with people.
Oh. Are we moving quick?
I don't know. So we just found some dude living in a tent. We've made contact with the tenants.
Welcome to the Moonbase Podcast. Join us on a journey through consciousness, space, and the eternal bullshit of life. Take this guided tour with your hosts, Cap and Chef. Explore with us, laugh with us, and enjoy the Moon's Best Podcast. And now, we begin.
Like one of the rabbit holes I dove down. So the U.S. government gave B.F. Skinner $25,000 to test out rockets guided by pigeons.
Okay.
And the way it would work is they would just have a series of mirrors that would reflect the image inside the head of the missile, and then a pigeon would peck on the mirror based on where the target was. They trained it. So then it would, based on how it pecked, it would move the stabilizing fins and then direct the missile.
So hold on. So the pigeon is inside the rocket.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
So they put the pigeon.
Yeah.
I guess it's cheap. Was it?
No, that was before they actually worked out computer guided systems.
Oh, okay.
That was one of the early.
So it wasn't like it was more cost effective. It was just
No.
they didn't have another way to do it.
The computer ones weren't reliable enough at the time. That was right when they made it on.
That's amazing.
Yeah, they also, that led me down another rabbit hole, which was anti-tank dogs in the Soviet Union.
Okay,
So
please enlighten me.
They tried to train dogs to have, a vest with a bomb on it, and they trained them to run under tanks, and they wanted them to pull a belt that would drop the bomb, and then have the dog come back. But it didn't really work, because the dog would just, forget to pull the belt or something and run back to the owner. They always fucked up in some way. So what they did was they put 2 anti-tank mines on a vest on either side of the dog and a lever on top of it. And then they would just have the dog run under the tank, and as soon as that lever hit, it would blow up on impact. And the way they would train these dogs is they would have tanks just sitting there, and they would put food underneath them, so the dogs would start running under the tanks. Then they'd turn the engine on, then they would have the tanks moving but still be throwing food under it, so then the dogs would keep following the tanks.
God.
And then they just would start firing blanks around, making it a simulated war, and then they just put the vest on the dog and drop him in the battlefield, and it just runs under the tank and blows up the tank.
That's so fucked up.
So it's like the poor man's RCXD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, man.
It's poor dogs.
Holy shit.
That's all I can feel.
That's crazy.
Yeah. B.F. Skinner also found that you can make a pigeon OCD by training it to do a certain task. So, you train it to, peck at, a shiny thing.
Right.
but with no reward, and then you just keep it to get pecking it at that shiny thing, and then at a certain point you just introduce a reward, and then it just won't know what it did to get that reward, so it'll like start flapping its wing or like just like twitching or something, and it'll just be like, oh, like when I twitch I get the reward, so it'll just keep twitching and like uncontrollably because it thinks like it doesn't know how it got that reward, so it just like fucks its brain up.
Jesus.
Holy shit.
Oh, jeez, that's so annoying. Didn't we put, like, a thing?
Yeah, might have fell out.
Oh, it did. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on.
That was one of the rabbit holes I went down. It's pretty wild, though.
There we go.
I get excited sometimes.
You can just move back when you get excited. So if you're
Yeah,
going to get
that's
excited,
true.
just do this.
That's true.
Word.
Now you're going to, like, be in a situation.
Fuck, I should have brought the bong, man. Ripping a bong during the podcast.
Go get it right now.
Would've been
Yeah.
Nice.
Go get it.
Go
We
on,
could-
yeah,
it's
I
just
guess.
audacity.
Yeah, I know.
We'll just,
I will in a bit after this beer.
all right. So
All right, ask me questions.
All
You
right.
fucks.
you start.
Okay.
What do you want?
So, I mean, this would be more for the viewers or the listeners, but what would you suggest to people that aren't really into fitness now, but like what could they do during the lockdown to get themselves to a point where they could start on the path of like fitness, you know, just someone that like hasn't really gone to the gym regularly, like they might work out once in a while, but like with their friends or something, but they aren't really seriously like dedicated to fitness.
Yeah.
What's the number one thing they can do to actually start?
Well, during a lockdown, it's fucking hard because it's even hard for me. So, honestly, it's just trying to figure out a plan, a regimen of some kind, and it could be as easy as going online and finding something that you think that you're going to be consistent with, because it's all about consistency at the end of the day. Like, if you really want results and you really want to change your body, like internally and externally, then you just need to be consistent. That it's hard during a lockdown. Like, so I'm lucky being in the military because we have a small gym we can use, but last year, the first lockdown, I didn't have a gym at all, so being that consistent was almost impossible. But just find a body weight program that you could do, and like with push-ups and pull-ups and running or whatever else, and just go from there and just try to stay consistent with it and don't stop. Like, don't, even if you think you have an excuse, don't make an excuse. Just do it anyway. Honestly, that's the biggest issue with people with the fitness is they just stop. They start working out. They'll find a reason not to do
Always
it.
have a reason.
It'll be one day, and then
right.
it'll be the next day, and then it'll be the next day, and then it'll be a week.
And then
a
it's
month.
I haven't gone in 2 weeks. So
And then it's like, what's the point?
Exactly.
And it's like, I had my cheat day, so what's the point of working out and this and that? It's holy fuck, the excuses just pile on. It's frustrating, but like, yeah, during a lockdown, it's really fucking hard.
There was weeks when we couldn't do anything.
Yeah, fuck time. Like, but if you think you could be consistent during just doing like push-ups and shit like that, then
You make it work with what you can.
Yeah,
too.
exactly.
Like,
Like,
it wasn't like we were doing proper like workouts. Like it
No.
was.
Well, I mean, I've
ghetto
just
as
been
fuck.
working with like
Yeah.
a couple ghetto dumbbells and
Yeah, I
like a
remember
kettlebell
you-
and stuff, and
I
I
remember-
got pretty
yeah.
jacked compared to how skinny I was.
yeah,
I remember him when we were talking about how he used to train on a medicine ball with dumbbells. That's all he had.
No, an exercise ball. I still do that.
Yeah.
Dude, and it's sick because it works my core because I do unilateral presses
Yeah.
on an exercise ball. So the whole time, every rep, I have to stabilize my body
Yeah, so
using
that's-
my core. It, like, elevates your workout, like... like all these ghetto things, like even like working with rings, that's a great one for
Oh,
home.
dude, those
you
rings
can
are
pick them
awesome.
up on
Yeah.
Amazon for like $60.
Yeah.
Get a weight vest, like not even a weight vest because those are expensive as shit.
Yeah.
Just get a plate carrier and you can fit Olympic sized plates, like the 25 pounds.
Yeah.
I just slide them right in.
That was
and
actually
it works fine.
that was one of GSP's staples. He was like one of the guys that pioneered proper MMA training, and rings was like
Oh, yeah.
because then his like main two things he trained was grip and stabilization, because
Oh yeah.
that way when he got a hold of you, you can't go anywhere because his stabilizers aren't going to let you move and his grip isn't going to let you go. So he would just grab you and throw you around like
It's
that.
beautiful. Yeah.
Oh man, Gotta love it. Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, I definitely want to get more into MMA. I was looking at the local gyms, and like I was thinking, like for a couple $100, I could like get a 3-month pass and then just start like working towards like getting into more serious fight camps. Or...
You can come with me. I'm planning on training full time at the end of this year.
Okay.
Like as soon as the gyms are open, like I'm gonna be doing MMA 5 days a week.
Okay, but you mean like full time? Like that's your like. That's
No. He just means like that's his training for an hour a day.
Oh, you okay?
Not full time.
No.
Okay.
But like that's gonna be like instead of like
what
the gym
were you? Or wait, I guess we could get into that after.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking at it. Like I've done grappling and stuff. I've done taekwondo. I've competed in taekwondo before too, because I'm a second dan black belt now.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. Like I have a bunch of tournaments at my not tournaments, trophies at my parents' house.
I remember you sending me your belt. Yeah, that's wild. I've totally forgot you were a second dan black.
Yeah.
Should have like mentioned that. Yeah.
That's cool. That's really fucking.
I watched man kick, and holy fuck, man.
Yeah.
Like he'd probably break one of your ribs. Like
I haven't kicked in a while too. Like that's rusty.
But I remember when you went back to training kicks and you're kicking those tires, like.
And those are hard tires.
Those are hard kicks. I would want to get kicked by you.
Yeah.
I want to ask you about when was the first time you realized you wanted to work out, and what was your first experience in the gym like?
I was 12 and I was super fat.
Like fat?
I was fat. I was really fat. So I was sick of being fat, so I went to the gym. And first time in the gym, I kind of figured it out really fast. I was just like, okay, well, obviously I can't work out every single body part in one day. So
right.
I'd work out 3 days a week, like weight training with just machines because I was 12. And I didn't know what I was doing. So, and I would do like upper body one day, lower body the next day, and then back the next day. And I'd still go to the gym every single day. 5 days a week, or maybe 7, and I would be on the elliptical for an hour a day.
Every day?
Every single day for
just
a
to cut that weight.
Hour, yeah. And I even used to
12 years old on the elliptical.
I used to run with like garbage bags.
Old school.
Yeah, I went ham.
Damn, man.
I was sick of being fat.
At least you got up and did something about it.
Yeah, it was like I kind of woke up one day and I was like, this sucks.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm going to work out. And that was it. And I fell in love with it the minute I walked into the gym.
Damn.
That was it. Yeah, I never turned back. It's the greatest thing in the world.
I feel like a lot of people like to lie to themselves. They're like, oh, like, you know what? It's like, I'm still healthy. Like, what do you mean? Like, oh, I'm like,
there's a difference.
I'm still in like the healthy ratio.
Like,
whereas like some people just get up one day and they're like, yeah, I'm fucking fat. Like,
there's a huge difference between being healthy. Because okay, you look at Daniel Cormier. Okay, he's a perfect example. Daniel Cormier, before he retired, most people would look at that guy and go, that guy's fat. That guy's overweight and he's out of shape.
Who's Daniel Cormier?
Yeah, I'm going to pull up a picture for you.
All right.
Where's your thing here? Where's your DuckDuckGo? Is it this one?
Oh, that's Firefox. Yeah.
Okay, type in Daniel Cormier.
Just open a new tab.
Okay, type in Daniel Cormier for me. I want to show you this. This is a perfect example. Okay, so people always make excuses, right?
Yeah.
You can be fat, quote unquote, and not be out of shape. Yes. There's a difference between body positivity and being healthy. Daniel Cormier looks like a fat dude.
Yeah.
That's a fat looking man.
Yeah.
That man could beat you up for 5 rounds going as hard as a dude that looks 4 times as fit as him. Yes. He is not out of shape by any means. He's an absolute... He will pick you up, toss you, sprint at you, and then kick you in the head till you are unconscious. That man is not out of shape. He looks fat, but he's not out of shape. There's a huge difference. And I think that's what people need to understand, that you don't need to have big pecs and big biceps and a 6-pack to be healthy. No. And to be not even to be healthy, to be in shape.
Yeah.
You can be in shape and look like that. And that's okay. And body positivity means that you know that you're healthy and in shape and you still look like that. And that's okay.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, obviously you should want to look as good as you can possibly look, but you should also be comfortable with whatever that means for you.
I agree.
And if that's what that means for you, then that's what that means for you. And that's good enough. But the whole... What the hell is happening? What are you doing? What are you banging?
I'm not banging.
Yeah, you are. Do you not hear that? Something's going... Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, I hear it, but...
It's not you?
No.
You're...
I was like moving my foot, but like
Oh.
it was like
no
independent of like that noise.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm fairly certain.
Okay. Because I'm not doing... Is it you?
It's you. You did it.
What am I doing?
You did this, and then it... There.
Yeah.
It's you. It's you.
Oh, it's just like the table moving. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's every time you fucking move.
Oh, yeah. See? You're right. Okay, I'm just gonna not touch the table, I guess. That's annoying.
Lord
Okay.
mercy.
The body positivity movement bothers me exponentially.
Okay.
The whole idea of... Okay, so I'll give you an example. Okay? So, and this isn't me making this up. This is facts. There are models who... It's just like what we talked about last time with the transgenders in sports. Okay. About how they're not good enough to succeed in their male league. So once they transition, all of a sudden they're at the top of the game.
Yeah.
It's the same thing in the modeling world. What will happen is you'll have a female model who's attractive. She's fit. She's in shape. But guess what? She's not finding work.
Yeah.
Oh, well, what if I'm attractive and fat? Now I can be the face of body positivity. Now I can be a plus size model. And I've seen it. I've literally went through feeds of women models who, like 2014, super fit, like super good shape, and then you watch over the years, all of a sudden they just like put on pound after pound after pound, and all of a sudden, once they hit like 220, 230, 240, wow, all of a sudden now they got tons of work.
Yeah.
Now their posts are like getting tons of likes, like that doesn't seem...
Just because there's like it's like a niche.
Right? Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I think that's wrong.
I mean,
I don't think that's right.
It's like selling like feet pics, though, right? Like everyone has their
like
own hustle.
I feel like
really
it's
want to fucking make yourself fat.
Yeah, but I feel like it's
then-
distorting reality. Yeah. Like for someone who was fit to go and become fat.
Yeah, but modeling's distorting
size...
reality in itself.
Yeah, that's true.
I guess.
On the male and female
the whole
end,
idea of
yeah.
modeling, yeah.
It's like, well,
it's
here's
projecting
your
an
ideal...
image. Yeah,
exactly. Like
that's not real.
She's
that's
just
true.
trying to find work.
That's true. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't know. It just bothers me. I just like, and it's, you don't see it from the male side. Like you'll see advertisement for dad bods where dudes are like kind of out of shape and they kind of got a belly.
That depends what you're looking at, though. If you're looking at things like Calvin Klein, you're gonna get people like Mark Wahlberg.
But what I'm saying is, in the female side, you'll have these big brands having plus size models on one of their lines. Whereas for males, you don't see that. They're all ripped with six packs. You're not going to see a fat dude in the modeling world.
Yes, you're right. It's the same. Like with body positivity, it's the same thing. It's like everyone will be like, "Be nice to her, whatever. She's fat, or she's beautiful, whatever." But as soon as if a man is overweight,
exactly,
he's
or
disgusting.
Short.
Exactly,
or short.
So the short, fat, bald dudes with beards have it rough.
Yeah.
Everyone just looks at them and goes, "That's disgusting." There's no body positivity there.
No, because if you're a man and you're overweight, you're disgusting.
That's
and lazy.
right.
If you're a woman and overweight, it's not your fault, and you're beautiful.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That bothers me. That genuinely upsets me.
That should.
Yeah. I don't think that's right.
That's stupid.
Like people call Daniel Cormier fat all the time. He's not fat. He's a champ. Leave the champ alone.
He's a chubby fellow.
He's a champ. He was the light heavyweight and heavyweight champ. You leave the champ alone.
Jeez.
Pick you up and toss you across the room.
God.
It just bothers me. I don't. It just, and I feel like for me, when I first got into fitness, I had a really dysmorphic view of what it meant to be a fit dude. I thought it meant that you needed to have big pecs, big arms, and a six-pack, because that's all, and a V-cut shape. That's what I thought it was, because that's all you see. You're like, oh, like that guy's fit. It's not until you really get into the meat of it and you start looking at people that are in the fitness tree when you realize, oh, like it's okay to like not look like that. Like you can
well,
be.
It depends what you're going for. If you're a fighter, it's more about skill.
Right.
If you're a bodybuilder, then it's specific.
Right.
If you're a power lifter, it's not specific.
Exactly. But for someone but for someone who's just trying to be fit and healthy, you don't need to.
No, because if you're not competing in something,
you can just look like a normal dude, and you can be healthy.
Just be fit.
Well, because the other thing you need to realize too is a lot of these guys, they don't look like that. There are some that are absolute savage animals and pump themselves full of test, and look like that all year round.
But they want to do that because they want to be bodybuilders,
or they have a modeling career, or they need it for work.
I'm at like 11%, but it's just because of like my intake isn't like for calories isn't crazy, and I work out almost every day.
Yeah. I'm saying, but this is beyond. These guys are like 6-7%.
Okay, yeah,
and
that's insane.
But the other thing you need to realize is that's the other thing I think people need to realize is that's not healthy.
No, and most people who have been in it for a long time know that.
But for someone coming in, you see that and you go, oh, like that's what I should strive for.
Yeah.
But then you realize like, oh, like that's actually the opposite of healthy. Like, because the other thing too is as your fat percentage drops, your testosterone drops with it. And when your testosterone drops with it, so does your sex drive, your ability to grow hair, your mood, your overall outlook on life.
The fitness industry is flawed in men's.
Oh, dude,
it's completely flawed.
Like, you want to be 6% body fat, great. You're gonna feel like shit, and you're not gonna be able to get it up.
You're not gonna be 6% body fat all year round. You're gonna be 6% body fat. Those people only show what they are.
That's right, exactly.
In those times, they're not showing when they're not like that. Mm-hmm. Especially bodybuilders nowadays, it's way different.
And anybody who is 8% body fat, 7% body fat all year round, unless they're absolutely dedicated every single day and just like super good genetics and like ridiculously savage, they're on drugs. It's too hard to maintain that level without it.
All my gains are from cocaine.
Word. Mine too.
That's awesome. What else you got, homie?
Just like in terms of weird random shit.
Yeah, I don't know. Tell me something.
All right. Yeah. Wait. Let me get the mouse
Pull it
here
up
real quick. So I was looking at this thing. It's called Randonautica. And it's like a quantum like algorithm or something like that.
What the hell is this?
To randomly generate like locations for you to go to like supposedly break your like quantum predetermined path.
What?
So like you use the app and they have an algorithm that's supposed to be like about as good of a random like number generator as possible.
So it's out of your bubble.
Yeah, so it would just like break you out of like your like sphere, like your like predetermined reality.
I like that. Let's do this. This sounds awesome.
Yeah, so it takes you on a truly random adventure into the world you never knew existed.
Oh, I got to tell you about... Okay, we're going to do this, and then I want to tell you about that study.
So you could... Oh, apparently, too, I was looking into it. A bunch of people have died from it, too, just going into stupid areas.
And
like they're downloading the app. I'm just curious.
But there's like a lot of stuff that's supposed to like... Wait, here. The
Nautica?
So
do we have to open up an app, or do you
just... It's an app.
Yeah, it's an app. Yeah.
Okay, we're going to do it on your phone.
Okay, so these are the 9 tenets of randonauting. Seeing in the dark. Dedication to exploring the uncertainty and blind spots of the world around us. Venture mindfully. Paying attention, practicing safely, and situational awareness. Be sincere. Show compassion and willingness to understand oneself and the community. High vibes intent. Be luminous in thought and strive to radiate a positive mindset. Value inner life. Appreciation towards the self as the catalyst for an effect on the external environment. Bridge cultural gaps. Share experiences to assist in the understanding the beauty of shared global consciousness. Transform and shift. Curiosity tests the theory of quantum randomization and the possibility to change a life path, or shift into a new, better space and time. Bring a trash bag. Be respectful of the environment and always leave the place you travel to better than what it was before. Synchronicity. Diving into randomness to find connections and meaning for both the individual and the community. Using serendipitous occurrences to guide you on your path. And like I've like read reports of it, and people like go to the location and walk around. So like the logo of this thing is an owl. And I was listening to one thing where a guy like went to a location and he saw there was like just a fake owl where the location was, and then like it was just on an empty beach, and then like a dude in just a black suit was like walking by, but like a bunch of people like describe really weird events happening whenever they reach these locations. Like
what the
they're
hell?
just like really weird like occurrences and synchronicities. Like they'll just find like black suitcases washed up on shore or something.
Yeah, but do you think it's like because you go there and you know that something might occur, you're more aware of things when they do?
Maybe. That could be it.
It's got to be part of it.
Yeah, probably. Because like if you just go to like the grocery store, you're not gonna like explore the area around or whatever.
Right.
But if you go to like this location, you're gonna be like, oh, like let's explore and see what there is.
That's true.
But probably if you look around the grocery store, you could find weird shit that like I don't know, like some crackhead did. Or
did you do it?
Yeah, so I downloaded it and I generated a point.
Where did it send you?
It sent me somewhere here.
Where is this?
Well, it's around us. I don't know where it is, honestly.
Oh.
It's like fucking...
Wait, let's see it.
It's by...
How far is it?
It's 8 kilometers away, I think.
Huh.
Or less. No, it's an 8-minute drive. It's less than 8 kilometers. It's fucking... It's
Are
close.
we going to go... Are we going to go try this and then come back?
Right now? What the
I'm
fuck?
kind of down.
I'm super down.
Okay,
let's get this going. Fuck yeah, boys.
Fuck.
Hell yeah.
Here's my mouse.
Where's this going to take us?
I have no idea. I don't care. It's only 10 minutes. Like, what do we have to lose?
Okay, so we are out on our field expedition to find the point that is supposed to break us from our predetermined life paths.
Oh, fuck.
Let's see.
Are you hype?
Yeah, I'm fucking hyped.
I don't walk into another dimension, I quit.
Maybe we will. Maybe we're already on our, like, maybe we already crossed it by being on our way to the other dimension.
Maybe.
At the stop sign,
How about it?
turn left onto
Turn left at the stop sign.
This is wild.
This is wild.
What other podcast has gone to another dimension before? Huh?
Oh, shit. For real, though. He'll have a big fucking jump. Let's go back.
Alrighty, we're almost on location. We are like not 100 meters out.
70 meters.
Okay, we are about to break into another dimension. Alright, we're pulling
Where am I
over.
going?
Just park.
We're on location. There's still a fence, but we can see the point from...
We're gonna go with it.
Yeah.
It's like in the thicket.
Yeah. Literally in the thicket.
Alrighty. Out the truck now.
What? Going in. Hold up. We're about to break through. I want to have the event.
Okay. I'll stick to recording on my phone.
Oh. Just walk.
Yeah, that's the plan. Okay. We are on location pretty much. And it seems like there's like a slight clearing. There's some tracks indicating that vehicles might pass through here regularly.
Okay. This is the generated point.
Cool. There's just a bag. Yeah, let's see what this place has to offer. This is
kind of a dope spot.
Yeah, it's a weird little like nook.
Yeah.
Let's see where the trail leads. Let's see what the quantum break has to offer. Oh, there's a headlight here in the middle of the woods. Cool, that's a little random. There's like a little trail too. Alright, we're following a little trail that's deeper through the thicket.
Come back and my truck's gone.
Oh wow, there's like a little trail system through here.
It's just like parts.
Yeah, there's just car parts like rusted
This
through.
feels like when you're like in the video game and you're like going through like the horror scene and
Oh yeah.
just like finding
Oh yeah. Good thing we didn't come here at night. It would have been weird.
Wait.
Oh wow, there's a rubber boot. Yo, you were just talking about rubber boots. There's a rubber boot right here.
Right.
There's speakers and just a book. Shallow
Hey,
Graves.
I'm actually like kind of freaking out now because there's just like random shit like everything.
There's just random shit everywhere. There's car parts. And just a book called Shallow Graves by Kaylee Wallace.
That's a big dude. Is this just like a quantum realm where things that get lost just fall into?
Maybe. Yo, there's just a light switch too.
What? Literally just like, what the
There's a light switch, speakers,
the
a rubber boot, a sheet, and then just a book that says Shallow Graves, some kind of car part, and then like another like cable of some sort.
Okay, I want to keep. This is fucking.
I'll go too.
What is it? What is? Is that more sheets?
It just looks like a vinyl covering kind of. Oh damn, there's more stuff here. Oh. There's a whole tent with people.
Oh.
Just cut through. Alrighty, so we're back from our field expedition.
Holy
on
fuck.
The Moonbase. First field expedition of its kind. I would say it was a success.
Absolute
I had
success.
great
Definitely a
fun.
success.
Resounding
It
success.
was great. Good times.
Fuck.
So-
Okay, where do we even start?
Yeah, it's a good shit.
Well, they're gonna hear all the interim. We'll edit it in so you can hear all the in between of what happened.
Yeah, we should still give them
But-
description of the event.
In brief, we enter this bush realm. And,
So wait, no. We get in the truck. We get this GPS point, but we realize the first point we're gonna trespass if we go to it. So we generate another 1 point, and that was too far. And we generate another one that was finally close enough and seemed like we wouldn't trespass. We ended up getting there, and we ended up trespassing, but the fence was low, so we obviously didn't see it.
Yeah.
And
Word.
then we passed through, and on the way we were talking about rubber boots and waders, and one of the first things we see
Rubber
in
boot.
this like maze of shrubs
Big
and like
ass rubber
forest
boot.
is a big ass rubber boot, a bed sheet, and then just a book called Shallow Graves.
It's so fucking random.
Oh, and like what was
A
it?
weird card part.
Card-
A random light switch.
And then there was like
Yeah,
paint
light
brushes
switch.
and thermometers.
A thing for cutlery for a dishwasher or whatever.
Yep, just a bunch of random ass shit. And we're navigating this maze, and we keep finding more and more random shit. And at the end, I like notice this tent, and I'm like, oh shit, like a tent. And some dude just crawls out of it. He's like, hey, what are you doing here? I'm like, holy fuck, I guess it's time to get out of
Yeah.
here. And then I turn around, start walking, and then see Buddy start running. I'm like, yeah, it's not a bad idea. So we all start running out of there.
He was in his underwear, a wife beater, and I'm pretty sure his socks, and I high key thought we were about to get knifed. So We hightailed it back.
It's a fucking maze to get out of there too.
Oh,
yeah, we didn't even
it's
take
just
this
a maze of shrubs. It's insane.
We went a completely different way out, and we found more shit on that path. There was like random electronics, like wild.
They doubted my bush navigating skills.
I was worried another homeless person was going to jump out and
Oh, dude, I was so scared we were going to end up just having to, like, be in, like, a bush realm battle, us 3 versus 3 homeless people, which probably would have been cool in hindsight, but, like, also... Like,
no, I'm not trying to deal with that at this point in my life. Like,
getting too old for that shit.
Yeah.
So, speaking of the bush, okay, this is a weird segue, but bear with me.
Shit.
Okay, so... Have you heard of ibogaine?
Yes.
Okay. So ibogaine is kind of wild because it's derived from is it ibogaine or ayahuasca? That's a root.
And it's ayahuasca. It's Mimosa hostilis, so you can boil the bark into ayahuasca. But so what I'm actually going to do with someone is, so he's had it soaking, and what we're going to do is we're going to pull the freebase form of that same, like, DMT, just so you can smoke it and get that hit all at once, and it'll last, like, 10 to 15 minutes.
So what is this one? Okay, so...
Versus 12 hours.
So ibogaine is a super cool thing where, so they take 2 different... Okay, so there's these 2 plants. Neither of them are psychoactive alone. Both of them, when consumed, do absolutely nothing. But when combined, it's a profound psychedelic experience on the level of dimethyltryptamine, DMT. The crazy part is that means someone went and tried all these different plants and all these different combinations to find this specific thing that caused this occurrence. And number 2, it's been used for probably thousands of years. It's very popular with... So there's... they use it a lot in Ghana. They have... it's like a whole ritual. It's a whole process. And what they do is they actually give you a bunch of... The one person who does it, they give you a bunch of ibogaine, and then they bury you alive.
Jesus.
And basically, you're buried alive. Your head's uncovered. And you basically look up at the stars... tripping out of your mind, and you experience essentially what it would be like to die.
Okay.
And it's supposed to be like a reawakening.
Interesting.
Now, the cool thing about ibogaine is it's actually been found to be one of the most effective treatments for drug addiction, specifically opiates.
Okay.
So they've actually done numerous studies where people who have taken ibogaine one time, some of them never did heroin again. Some of them were clean for 30, 60, 90, 6 months, just off that, nothing else, just taking ibogaine once.
Okay.
Because essentially it lasts like a day and a half. And when you come off severe opiates, it's that first 3 days that are the absolute worst. So you get through that day and a half, that's like the very worst of the withdrawals. You have it in your head, oh, like, I don't need drugs anymore. And then for a lot of them, like for some of them, they've never done it since. So I read this study where they took 30, I think it was 30 or 36 special operations veterans who had severe PTSD, anxiety, insomnia, all kinds of different issues. And they gave them ibogaine and DMT as treatment. This was the Center for Psychedelic Research. It's the Johns Hopkins Psychedelic Research Center, essentially. And they actually found that there was over, for some of them, and above a 50% improvement across the board after taking ibogaine and DMT in a clinical setting.
Huh.
Because it allowed them to feel what it would be like without those. That's one of the cool things, is when you go through like very profound, surreal, psychedelic experiences, you're not yourself. And so all of those things about you that for some formed you, having PTSD and having anxiety and having insomnia can have a huge impact on who you are as a person. And so all of a sudden, when you can exist without those things, you're like, oh, like I can be me and not have those.
Yeah.
And sometimes just that thought is enough to treat it. They even use MDMA sometimes for PTSD.
Yeah, and pathogens are definitely good because it helps people be able to like connect with others easier. Yeah.
Pure form, obviously. They're not getting MDMA.
Alexander Shulgin was like one of the pioneers. So I'm pretty sure he wasn't the first one to synthesize MDMA, but he was the one to bring it back and make it popular in the psychotherapy setting. His wife was a therapist, so they worked together because he was a chemist and he had his DEA license, so he could make a bunch of drugs. He wrote 2 books, Pikal and Tikal, and they're actually full of like all the recipes and how to make these drugs. I have the PDF versions. Like, I want to get the collector's edition at one point, but it's like $150. But they're beautiful. Like, they tell you how to make MDMA, MDA, a bunch of different various psychedelics, even melatonin. Like, he was like one of the first people to like start making melatonin. But a big thing they did was bringing MDMA into like a therapy setting. And then MDMA got leaked, and once it hit the mainstream, it was getting turned into ecstasy. The DEA got pissed, and then they raided the shit out of him and like shut him down.
Okay. You enter quantum realm. You are back in front of yourself at 15. What are you telling yourself? 15-year-old Lloyd's in front of you. What are you telling him?
Don't fucking date people. Just keep work out.
That's it?
Honestly, I was pretty dedicated at 15, so honestly, just fucking train harder. Focus more on bodybuilding. Honestly. I don't know. What I tell myself at 15? There's lots of things I tell myself at 15. Fitness related, nothing, because because I wasn't an ego lifter. I wasn't an idiot.
Wow.
Fucking, what should I tell you? That's the better question. Mm-hmm. Keep your fucking form right. Form is the most important thing in fitness. That is the most annoying thing to me. If you ego lift and don't use proper form, that drives me crazy. I think people don't focus on form enough in the fitness industry, especially newbie lifters. And it drives me crazy because you're just going to get injured.
And I can speak from experience that when you're not lifting perfectly, you can do 10 to 15 reps, and someone who's lifting perfectly will do 5 reps, and they will have a better workout with those 5 reps than your 15 because you were not lifting perfectly. You may have been lifting correctly.
It also comes down to lifting correctly for yourself. Don't copy people in the fitness industry. Just because something works for them doesn't mean it's going to work for you. So that's a huge thing as well, is learn how to treat your body the way that your body should be treated. Because otherwise you're just going to copy these cookie cutter programs and you're just going to not get anything from it. And they always promise like you're going to be ripped in so many days, but you're not. Fitness takes, I've been doing this for over 10 years and I'm still nowhere where I want to be. And it's going to take another 10 years to get there.
Awesome.
So be patient.
All right. It was a pleasure having you on. Stay tuned. We have lots of stuff coming up. Keep checking the website, keep checking the Instagram. Definitely more to come. Thanks for tuning in.
Connect with us via social media. Check out themoonbase.org. Email us if you think you'd be good on an episode at themoonbasesocial at gmail.com, or message us on Instagram at @the_moonbase_. We're open to receiving any ideas or recordings you guys might send in, and it might even make it into the episode next month. Besides